Welcome to our YouTube channel. I will speak about how to deal with thoughts which are due to take your breath away. I do not mean this moment when you met your girlfriend for the first time and breath was taken away, or your boyfriend. This can be a wonderful moment, and all these wonderful feelings can come into your body. I'm not talking about this moment, I'm talking more about moments where you get scared. And there are so many opportunities each day to experience being scared, so that you start to stop breathing. The first thing I want to point out, it's a little bit, let me try to bring it to the next level, because we are teachers of consciousness, so to speak. We try to teach you another way to think about things. You are not your thoughts. That's the first thing. When we get up in the morning, we tend to get into our body all the time. And of course, because it's a great feeling to wake up in your body and take a shower or a bath or have a breakfast, nice food, and some nice scents and touches and all these wonderful things which are connected to the body. And bodily sensations is perfect, so we are in that. But what we tend to mistake is we identify pretty quickly with our thoughts. It is as if you go to a cinema, you sit in a movie, and all of a sudden you get really scared because of something which happens on the screen, and you simply have forgotten that you're in a movie. And life is sometimes a little bit like a movie. This might not really help you to deal with it, because there are so many opportunities where you can get scared, or other people get scared, in the traffic, in office, when you read something from the tax authorities, or whatsoever, you can become scared. So first of all, there's nothing wrong with getting scared. There's nothing wrong with keeping your breath for a moment, as long as you can start after that to breathe again and to let go of the thought. Some thoughts coming up into your mind, especially in the time we live now in, thoughts coming up just to say goodbye. It's like someone you didn't even know was there says one morning, and by the way, I'm now moving to another apartment. I said, well, did you live in my apartment? Yeah, I was all the time in this little room over there, or in the attic, and now I'm leaving. Okay. Sometimes it's a metaphor for thoughts. Sometimes thoughts come up, and the only purpose which they have is they want to be said farewell. Have a good time. It's nice to have you there. Maybe you find someone else who needs you. And this is also really interesting and more according to neuroscience than you might think. We are more or less an antenna for thoughts. We are not so much the producer of our thoughts. We produce much less thoughts than we think. And thoughts have a kind of electric quality, and they right away are connected to feelings, and feelings are kind of magnetic. So what you do and what you encounter when you run into thoughts which take your breath away is you just switched on an electromagnet. And with an electromagnet in the harbor, if you watch Hamburg Harbor, for instance, you can carry heavy loads from one place to the other. So, let's return, let's get out of the movie, let's dehypnotize ourselves. Let's get away from these thoughts. One of the most important things is, if you cannot breathe, the very moment you notice it is the proof that you're a human being. Otherwise you wouldn't notice it, you would be a machine. If you would not notice that you stop breathing, you would not know that you're human. The very moment you run and stumble upon something which makes like this, it's a proof, and you are becoming aware of it, you are human. This is one good news. The second good news is, have a try. When you run into thoughts, try to feel your feet on the ground. Just feel your feet on the ground and see the thoughts a bit off from you. You are not your thoughts. It's like someone who pops up or says something, but it's not about you. And just don't allow this thought to enter your magic circle around you. Don't allow it. And if it does, give us a call. There are more instruments we have, more tools we can show you. There will be more videos about it. There are so many interesting methods to deal with that, including wing wave and EMDR if severe dramatic thing. The problem with these thoughts is when we identify with them and think, oh, how can I, oh wow, why does this person does this to me, and what does this have to do with me? It has nothing to do with you. Even sometimes there are thoughts in my practice, sometimes people come and they have really weird thoughts. I mean, weird thoughts. It's not their thought. The thoughts do not necessarily belong to them. It has to do with the collective consciousness, it has to do with levels of consciousness, and thoughts which are not finished, which are not recycled through the grounding cord, they have the tendency to float through a field of consciousness and to look where is nobody at home. With nobody at home, I mean you don't feel your feet back on the ground, you don't breathe, you're not connected with your body, you're not connected with your existence. This is what these type of thoughts really like. And don't worry if someone tries to scare you or to do something which is not nice and you're scared. It's just not about you. We do not see the world as it is. We see in the world who we are or what we are. And we are vulnerable beings. And we have the capacity to drop these thoughts. And we have nice tools for that. And one of the next, we're talking about a webinar, we will deal with these things, with these thoughts scaring you, and how good it is and how easy it is to drop them, to say farewell, have a good time. Maybe you find someone else who needs you. I do not want to have you. Bye-bye. That's it. Subscribe to our channel if you like what we are doing here. There are a bunch of people behind the camera. And it's great. We are interested in your comments. We are interested in your questions. We are interested in in how you are doing. So until then, have a good time and be pleased with yourself.